In a troubling development just days into the fragile as Iran ceasefire, Iranian authorities ordered several warships and tankers to turn back as they approached the Gulf of Oman. Tehran has insisted that it is not violating the truce, maintaining instead that the Gulf of Oman remains fully open to navigation. Direct talks between the United States and Iran scheduled to begin on Sunday or Monday have reportedly yielded some preliminary results, though details remain scarce. The United States has stated that the ceasefire agreement must be respected and implemented equally, without discrimination between regions or countries. Iran's statement, ceasefire accepted, but not fully respected. Iran state news agency, New TV, published a statement from the Islamic Republic confirming that Tehran has indeed accepted the 14-day ceasefire. The statement expressed hope for a permanent end to the war, but also noted that Iran sees at least one country that has not fully respected the terms of the truce. While Iran did not explicitly name Israel, the context makes clear that Tehran is referring to Israeli military operations in southern Lebanon. Israel continues to launch serious attacks on the southern part of Lebanon, targeting Lebanese militant groups. These groups, based in southern Lebanon, have announced that they are attacking Israel in support of their ally, the Islamic Republic of Iran. Israel's position: Lebanon is separate. Israel has declared that its attacks on southern Lebanon do not violate the US-Iran ceasefire. The Israeli government maintains that the war in southern Lebanon is unrelated to the agreement between Washington and Tehran. Israel has stated that it will continue attacking Lebanon until Lebanese militant groups in there fighting, a condition that Israel insists is not connected to the broader ceasefire. Observers note that the situation remains highly complicated. The fragile implementation of the US-Iran ceasefire is a major concern, with Iran using its control over the Strait of Hormuz as leverage to gain clarity from the United States ahead of direct talks. Ships ordered to turn back on Friday morning. Several tankers were stopped at a point in the Strait of Hormuz and ordered to return. Iranian state media reported that the order was issued because Iran and Israel were still conducting airstrikes on parts of the region, strikes that Iran considers a violation of the US-Iran ceasefire agreement. However, after negotiations, Iran agreed to allow the ships to return to the strait. Witnesses report that at least 2 ships that had been ordered to turn back were later permitted to enter the waterway. One of these vessels, apparently part of a fleet that Iran agreed to allow passage, may have paid fees to the Syrian government, according to unconfirmed reports. The ship was allowed to proceed through the Strait of Hormuz toward the Mediterranean Sea, heading to its intended destination. Iran's demands: Israel must stop attacking Lebanon. Iranian officials have declared that they need to restore some of the spirit and content of the ceasefire agreement. Tehran is studying why Israel refuses to stop attacking southern Lebanon. According to the 10-point agreement that the United States has declared acceptable, there is a provision stating that there will be no weapons in Lebanese territory. However, Israel denies being a party to the 14-day peace talks between the United States and Iran. The Iranians continue to state that the attacks on Lebanon cannot be ignored. Early Wednesday morning, there were reports of shelling in several parts of Lebanon, including Beirut. Despite these incidents, neither Israel nor the United States has been officially accused of violating the ceasefire, at least not yet. Both Israel and the United States have remained relatively calm in their public statements. The United States has so far not reacted to Iran's order to turn back ships entering the strait. Washington may understand that the uncertainty surrounding the ceasefire must be clarified during the upcoming direct talks, expected to be held on Friday or Saturday in Pakistan, referred to in some reports as the Islamic Republic of Iran's territory for talks. The Iranian government has welcomed the arrival of both the US and Iranian delegations. The origins of the 14-day ceasefire: should be noted that the 14-day ceasefire was originally proposed by the Islamic Republic of Iran. The proposal was initially delayed by the United States and the United Arab Emirates, but both the US and Pakistan eventually agreed to the request for a truce. The ceasefire is now seen as a mechanism to push both sides toward face-to-face negotiations, allowing them to fully explore the strengths and weaknesses of potential long-term agreements. Iranian Foreign Minister: implementation depends on actions. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araqi has stated that Israel is obliged to protect ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz during the ceasefire period. However, he added that everything depends on the actual situation on the ground. The key question is how broad the implementation of the ceasefire will be, especially when one side, Israel, still believes it has the right to attack any country it deems a threat. Unconfirmed reports of Iranian strike on UAE are also unconfirmed reports that Iran has fired into part of the territory of the United Arab Emirates, hitting an oil pipeline. According to these reports, Iran declared that the strike was a response to Israel's deployment of warships near southern Lebanon. Iran's message appeared to be that if Israel can act, Iran can also attack any part of the Middle East. However, to date, Iran has not launched any public attack on Israel, and Israel has not taken any action against the United Arab Emirates. This suggests that the reported strike, if it occurred, may have been a warning rather than an escalation. A delicate and uncertain ceasefire. The implementation of the 14-day ceasefire remains in a delicate and uncertain state. A final agreement between the United States and Iran is essential to prevent a return to full-scale hostilities. President Donald Trump has threatened that if the ongoing negotiations produce results unsatisfactory to the United States, and if Iran is still not showing sincerity, Washington reserves the right to pressure Iran to accept as conditions. Trump has stated that the United States still has the right to take action if Tehran does not comply. U.S. demands reopen the strait immediately. According to the latest news, the United States has demanded that Iran immediately reopen the Strait of Hormuz, declaring that Iran must not restrict the movement of any vessels. Iran has responded that it can reopen the strait at any time, but only if Israel stops attacking southern Lebanon. Iran, which has restricted access to the strait, now appears to want to make a deal. Full reopening of the waterway in exchange for an end to Israeli military operations in Lebanon. Israel has so far refused to end its attacks, insisting that its actions in southern Lebanon are not part of the US-Iran agreement and that Israel is not bound by the truce. The core of the current stalemate is this: Israel does not believe it has any obligation to cease its operations in Lebanon, while Iran insists that any continued fighting in the region anywhere undermines the spirit of the ceasefire. As direct talks between the United States and Iran approach, the world watches to see whether diplomacy can resolve not only the US-Iran conflict, but also the interconnected violence in Lebanon. For now, the 14-day ceasefire holds but barely.